What if I told you that one of the most powerful tools for building wealth isn't actually in your wallet, but in your mind? Well, today, we are diving into the surprising power of money affirmations. We're going to talk about how you can use them to shift your mindset, change your habits, and honestly, build a whole new financial reality, one thought at a time.
So, let's just start with a quick question for you. What is your story about money? I mean, really think about it. Do you find yourself constantly worrying about every penny? Is your story one of scarcity? Or maybe you're the type who believes money is meant to be spent the second you get it. Whatever it is, that personal story, that's the invisible script that's shaping every single financial decision you make.
And that brings us right to our first section. We're going to pull back the curtain on this hidden script that's running our financial lives a lot of the time without us even realizing it. And more importantly, we're going to figure out how to start taking back control of that narrative.
So what exactly is a money mindset? Well, simply put, it's the sum of all your beliefs and attitudes about money. You can think of it as this invisible force, kind of like a director behind the scenes, guiding how you save, how you spend, and, how you plan for your future.
And for so many of us, that script is all about scarcity, this deep-seated belief that there's just not enough to go around. It often comes from our upbringing or maybe some past experiences. This can lead to a constant fear of spending, or ironically, it can make you spend money as soon as you get it because you're afraid it's not going to last anyway.
But here's the really empowering part. A script can be rewritten, right? We can consciously choose new thoughts and new beliefs. So let's jump into our next section, crafting affirmations, and look at the blueprint for building a brand new, much more abundant financial mindset.
Okay, so what are these powerful tools we're talking about? At their core, affirmations are just simple, positive statements, but the real magic is in how they're structured. You got to say them in the first person and in the present tense. These aren't just wishful thinking. They are powerful declarations designed to literally reprogram our subconscious beliefs.
Now, to make these things really, really effective, there are 3 golden rules. First, you've got to be specific about what you want, the end result. Second, state it in the present tense, as if it's already a fact. And third, and this is so crucial, you have to infuse it with emotion. You have to feel the gratitude, the excitement, the security. That feeling, that's what gives the words their power.
Just look at the difference here. I want to have more money. That comes from a place of lack, of not having. But notice the shift in the after example. Money flows in large quantities right into my bank account. See? It's specific, it's present tense, and you can almost feel the energy behind it. That is the transformation we're looking for.
We can even think about affirmations as working on different levels or frequencies to support us. First, there's maintenance, which is all about being grateful for what you already have. Then there's goal achieved. That's that powerful present tense declaration. And finally, there's the action frequency, where you affirm that you love doing the work to get there. It's a whole system. Okay, so you've crafted the perfect affirmation. Now what? The most powerful words in the world are pretty useless if you don't actually put them into practice. So let's get into our next section, the daily ritual, and learn how to turn these words into a consistent, life-changing habit that can actually start to fill your bank account.
Here's a fantastic, structured method you can start literally tomorrow morning. It's called the 248 Sankalp method. Now, Sankalp is a Sanskrit word that means an intention that's formed by your heart and your mind. Here's how it works. You write your affirmation twice in the morning to set your intention for a day of abundance. Then, repeat it 4 times in the afternoon just to stay aligned. And then at night, you write or say it 8 times to really imprint it on your subconscious while you sleep.
The key to all of this is consistency. It doesn't have to take hours out of your day. Seriously, you can start with just 3 to 5 minutes each morning and evening. Repeat your phrase about 10 times, and as you say the words, really truly let yourself believe they're true. It is a tiny investment of time each day that can have huge returns.
Okay, we have to address a really crucial point here. Affirmations are incredibly powerful, but they are not magic spells. In this next section, more than just words, we're going to explore their true role, which is to be an action catalyst. This quote just says it perfectly. Try thinking of affirmations as a step toward change, not the change itself. They work by building your confidence, shifting your perspective, and boosting your motivation so that you're primed and ready to take the actions that will actually lead to the change you want.
Here's how that works in the real world. Repeating "I'm a money magnet" gives you the confidence to then go out and set clear goals. It helps you be more mindful of your spending, to maybe educate yourself about finance, and, this is a big one, to celebrate your progress along the way. The words inspire the actions.
And this brings us to our final, and maybe most important section. Rewrite your story.
This whole entire process is about realizing that you, and only you, hold the pen. You are the author of your financial life.
Think about it. For most of your life, that story about money was probably written subconsciously. It was based on things you heard or saw as a kid. The power of this whole process is that you are now picking up the pen and writing your new story consciously, deliberately, and with intention.
Feeling inspired to get started? Here are some really powerful examples you can use right away. Just pick one that really clicks with you. I am a money magnet. I release all fear of spending money. I have multiple sources of income. Say them, write them down, and most importantly, feel them.
So, I'll leave you with this final thought. You are standing at a blank page, pen in hand. What is the first chapter of your new abundant money story going to be?